my baby.
Hello everyone, I'm Melissa Bondi.
And I'm Dana Denha, and this is Adventures in Parenthood. Throughout this series, we'll explore the world of raising kids from newborn through adulthood.
Pregnancy does things to your body that are completely unexpected. Your body changes and forms in ways that seem unimaginable after a baby is born. And it seems your shape may never be the same. But there are workouts available so mom and baby can spend some quality fitness time together. Yes. And it's a struggle. It's a very much a struggle.
The funny thing that I remember, because I thought you were insane when you were pregnant, is that you would do 100 squats a night while you were pregnant. And I was like, I can barely, my back hurts just from walking. Like, I can't believe that you were actually doing that.
Yeah, I was so obsessed with staying fit during the pregnancy that I pushed myself and went to classes, and I still did weight training, and I did all that up to about 7 months. And I got a lot of stares and a lot of questions. Is that safe? Is she supposed to be doing that?
But you were doing that all before you were pregnant, too.
Oh, yeah. It was nothing I just started. Yeah. And they were saying, everyone told me, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. And if something doesn't feel right, you stop.
Yeah.
And I think about 7 months, it didn't feel right, so I modified and went to just strictly walking till
you were like walking
the day
on a
she
treadmill.
was born.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So to the day she was born, I walked after that.
Yeah.
But I definitely, I still felt energized and okay. Whereas a lot of moms, pregnant moms, will feel, the typical tired and.
Yeah.
I had that, of course, but. No, it definitely helped with just
Well, I definitely
positivity.
felt like you bounced back post-pregnancy body-wise a lot faster than, I mean, I'm still at the point where I could lose weight. I mean, I definitely not at the weight I was pre-having a baby, so, but I felt like you came back after your maternity leave and you pretty much looked like you did before you were ever pregnant.
Oh, you're so sweet. That is so nice to say. Yeah, part of that was just my obsession with staying fit and continuing, to keep that going. So it's definitely something that may not be for everyone, not for those reasons, but it's just simply, there's a lot of us, you're just tired at the end of the day, especially with working moms. After an 8-hour day, you just want to go home and rest. So definitely not unusual.
Well, we have someone here that actually has a solution to this problem. Joining us is Carol Chase, Director of Operations for Ann Arbor Fit for Moms. Welcome to the show, Carol.
Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
So can you just explain what Ann Arbor Fit for Moms is, or Fit for Moms because it's actually a national company?
Right, it is a national, it's a franchise, and we are proud that we have one in Ann Arbor. When I started, there was only 2 in the state of Michigan, but we've branched, or people have come along. There's one in Traverse City, one in Grand Rapids, Muskegon, so there's a lot more. Oh, Meridian, and so there's a lot more now.
But you actually opened the Ann Arbor one?
I didn't open it, it was existing, I purchased it.
You took it over,
I took it over. So I've had it for 3.5 years now. So I've been participating as a client for 5 years before purchasing it. But I liked, it's funny that you mentioned of being more in shape after, or like bouncing back faster. And I have clients that come, with their firstborn to Stroller Strides, and then after they get pregnant the second time and they're still doing Stroller Strides, and they've written to me and said, after they had their baby and they come back to class, they're like, my recovery has been so much faster from exercising throughout my pregnancy.
I'm sure, yeah.
So it's really heartwarming to hear that, during their first pregnancy they didn't, or, they were just, it's their first pregnancy. It's all new. But the second one, you still have to get out because that toddler, that baby.
You're still taking care of somebody, yeah.
Right, like you need to figure out what to do with your day. You can't just stay home and like rest on the couch or anything like that.
Right.
So it's nice to hear that it really does work, and that we are fit for all moms, that you don't have to be strong already before you attend our class. And that's kind of the beauty of it, is that we're all moms, especially during any of our stroller classes. I think I talked to someone and she was like, you know, no one will know, like when you go to a gym, no one knew that you just had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
No, they could judge you and just think that you're not fit.
You know? Right, you know, they don't know that maybe, you know, your breasts are full of milk.
Yeah, right.
Right, you know, and that you're, like, you might not be able to do that press up there, or, you know, you might have a nursing baby and you need to get your workout in. But with Fit for Mom, we do know that. We know that you just had a baby, and we have a lot of modifications for your exercise and whatever level that you are ready for when you come to class.
It's funny that you say that, because I do remember probably 3 months after post going to something called Kangoo, and it's jumping, and it's all jumping, and I was still nursing, and I'm going, what am I doing in this class right now? Holy moly! And no one knew. No one knew. They didn't know what I just gone through. I thought to myself, if these people knew, like, I'm not jumping as high as you because I can.
Right.
Simply because it hurt.
Right. Exactly. It's not just your breast, but it's also your pelvic floor. Right. A lot of moms experience incontinence postpartum, not just during your pregnancy. Right. If you sneezed, or if you laughed, right? When you're pregnant, people kind of understand. They're like, oh yeah, you know, it's on your bladder. But in exercise too, you know, a lot of moms, like if you're trying to do a jumping jack, that pelvic floor isn't built up again. You know?
Well, everything I've heard is that your body is not completely recovered until at least a year after having a baby. So that's, I mean, that's a long time, and that first year is a long year.
Right, it is. So we have moms, that's why for Stroller Strides, we ask that you don't join us until 6 weeks postpartum, and 7 weeks if you've had a cesarean. Because we know that even though you feel great, you want to be out there, we know that that body still needs to heal. It needs to recover. Things need to tighten up. There's hormones that have been starting to regulate more, and laxin is kind of leaving your body, so your joints aren't so malleable. So we want you to be a little bit more fit, like before you start.
There was something else that I found interesting. I asked you about, I said, is there babysitting? And you responded, how did you respond? Because that's not what this is at all.
No,
it's not.
No.
Moms don't go there to work out while their babies are being watched.
It's where moms come with their babies in tow, so that they are part of the workout. You know, we're not like lifting them on stuff. So I do want to clarify that. Sometimes people think that, you know, we're going to be like, you know, squatting with the babies and stuff. We don't do that. We are really about safe practices. So we do ask that the babies remain in the stroller throughout the whole class. We know that you have to tend to them if they cry, if you have to nurse your baby, you have to feed your baby.
So you shouldn't feel comfortable stepping away if you have to.
Exactly.
It's okay.
But we know that the safest place during a class is for your baby to be in the stroller, because there's other people working out. They don't expect, you know, some child to come behind them while you're doing a lunge, or if you're doing a jumping jack and you might hit their face or something like that. So safety is definitely our concern. Safety for your body postpartum, and safety for your children.
Is there an age range where you kind of like, is there a cutoff, like, you know, your kids, it's not going to be as easy to, your kid's not going to be in a stroller anymore?
Right, I think it's the size of the stroller. I have a 6-year-old, and he started kindergarten this year, but he still fits in the stroller. He gets a little antsy, but he's been doing Stroller Strides for almost all his life, so he's fine, and he'll sing along. So it's kind of sweet to see that he's grown up with Stroller Strides. But I think a lot of times it's the parents' perception of how they're going to be in class versus the reality. Like, you know, kids will fuss all the time, you know, at any given situation. So I don't think it's necessarily like, oh, I won't sit in the stroller. And much like anything else, it takes practice. But we want,
go ahead.
We want you to get your workout in, but still being engaging with your child. Like we sing songs, so a lot of times new moms don't even remember the songs of their childhood. Right? And unless you take a music class, but this kind of allows you to remember those songs and sing them to your child, and them hearing your voice. And it also helps us cueing for you in your class, so it makes it more enjoyable for your child and for yourself.
So you have the 4 classes that you offer. There's 4 different types. Can you tell us what those are and what the age of the kids are that participate with them with their moms?
Sure. The first one we have is Fit for Baby, which is the prenatal fitness class. This is something you do before you have your baby, so your baby's not going to be in class with you, or even your toddler. Okay. This is your time as usually new moms, and it's a great way to meet other new pregnant moms who are maybe like-minded, want to stay in shape. Okay. A friend of mine said that when she was pregnant, and she'd been going to this gym for a long time, and she was, much like you, Melissa, like you were pregnant, and people were, like, what is she doing here? And she said the club actually emailed her and said, we're really, the patrons, the other members, and we're a little bit concerned about you working out while you're pregnant. And she felt really unwelcomed.
I would not want to go back there after that.
And as a Fit Pro, we know that you're fine working out, that there's certain things that we have that you shouldn't be doing. But a lot of the stuff your body knows, and you know what your limitations are. So in Stroller Strides, we know what the modifications are. We know that you're not supposed to be on your back kind of doing any kind of crunches. And when you come to class and you're pregnant, even in your second trimester, we start giving you modifications, like this is what you should be working on instead. So that's Fit for Baby. So it's a program that we know the pregnant mom and how to create the exercise program for her. Okay. And then our second probably our flagship program is called Stroller Strides, and we now have Stroller Bar. Okay. If you've heard of bar studios, are all over. Yeah. And a lot of them, I think are like boutique, and they don't really have baby watching there at all. Yeah. So that's one of the things I love. I love like doing that bar workout, but I was like, I have kids, what am I gonna do? Yeah. So we have Stroller Bar, which is a lot of the bar moves. Okay. And again, like Stroller Strides, you have your baby with you. So that's kind of, it fills the other aspect of fitness. And then we have our last program is called Body Back, and that is a workout that moms do without their child. Okay. And it's university studied with given results of weight loss and strength. We call it the 8-week transformation. You sign up for an 8-week program, and we ask that moms be 6 months postpartum because it's a real high intensity workout. Okay. And we want you to, those first 6 months, to be with your baby and taking care of yourself and your baby instead of like worrying about your weight. Yeah. Because we know that'll come off. But this time you should really like get more sleep, make sure you get fueling your body with more calories, because a lot of us are breastfeeding moms, and that takes a lot out of us. So.
What are, in these 4 that you mentioned, what would you say is the amount of people in each of these? Like, are we talking 50, are we talking 10? Like, what would be your?
It fluctuates in the winter because it's Michigan, and we get a lot of snow. Winter tends to be our biggest time because we operate out of Briarwood Mall, which is really nice during the mornings. And so a lot of times, people can't do their running or their walking because it's icy with their babies. So coming to Briarwood Mall during the winter months.
Is it always at Briarwood Mall, or do you do stuff outside?
We do outside also.
In the nice seasons, yeah.
We have different locations. We've done Babies R Us. Okay. We have a studio for Body Back, for Fit for Baby. We've done it in like yoga studios, different. So what's interesting about our workout is that we are a mobile fitness. So we don't have a studio, because especially with Stroller Strides, the strollers can be big. Yeah. And which is nice for Briarwood. Like it's big, and we get to use it, and the mall walkers are always like glad to see us and our babies.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
It's so much fun.
Are these mornings, afternoons, or evenings?
We primarily do mornings, and we have occasionally like evening classes, not at the mall because they're open, but we do, like in the summer or spring when the weather's nice, we can do kind of a outside work, and we call it like a working moms class for a lot of those working moms who are getting off from work, and they want to so that way you can spend time with your baby and still get your fitness.
Right. Yeah. Perfect. That's like, yes. So, all right, Carol, we are going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we are going to check out some of your demonstrations.
Yes, yes.
Yes, so
thank you.
don't go anywhere. Stay with us, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Hello everyone, we are back here on Adventures in Parenthood, and we are back with Carol Chase, and she is from Ann Arbor Fit for Moms. She's talking with Dana and I today about fitness, new moms, how to stay in shape and why we should stay in shape. So you are going to show us some of your signature fitness moves?
Yes,
what
yes,
are you
I would love
show
to do that. I think people don't realize Fit for Mom, they've seen us maybe in the mall or the park, or they see us online and they're like, oh, why should I join a walking group? I can walk in the mall for free.
Yeah, I can walk by myself.
Right. We like to think that we're a community also, that this is how people have met their best friends, mom friends. We have play groups every day after class. We do monthly Moms Night Out, and we do weekly crafts that we have a play group captain who does the craft. She's fabulous, and she cuts it all out, so you don't have to do any of that. But you know how you're like, oh, I want to do finger painting with my kids, or I want to do like a wreath craft, but I don't want to buy all that stuff. Maybe that's just me. So we do that for you, and you just bring your baby or your toddler, and we do a project together.
So can I ask before you demonstrate real quick, where are the moms coming from in demographic? What, Washtenaw, Ann Arbor, outside? Where are they coming from?
Mostly Ann Arbor.
Okay.
I have a few clients from Canton. I think it's hard, right, to have your baby crying in the back and you're trying to drive 30 minutes to a class.
Yeah, you don't want to start off the day like the fitness routine like that, because then are they going to want to sit in the stroller?
Right, exactly.
Because they've just been sitting in the car for 30 minutes. Yeah.
So most people are local, and the fact that our outdoor location this summer has been County Farm Park, and we've done it there for about
such a nice park.
I know, 3 summers in a row.
Okay.
And it's a great park because we work out, and then afterwards you unbuckle babies or toddlers and have
they have the greatest playscape you can possibly go play on. It's
and then
amazing.
The fact that we've all exercised together, and now we're gonna hang out together. So it's this natural community of people, and I feel like when I worked out at the gym, I always saw the same people. And you're kind of like high in the locker room, but never like this. I feel like this definitely, the fact that we have Moms Night Outs together, our kids play. If any of us want to do something like, hey, we're going to go to the pool today, anybody interested? So we have a face group, and somebody will post something like that, like, hey, I'm thinking of going to Burr Pool today, anybody willing to join us? And they'll be like, sure, right after nap, I'll meet you up there. So I think that's really nice, because that filling up that time in motherhood of like, what am I going to do all day with my child?
I think being a new mom can be very isolating. And the way you're talking, it's a way to get rid of that isolation and have other people that are in the same situation as you. So I'm going to do some workouts with you, Carol.
I'm so excited.
So why don't you wheel your stroller over?
Okay. So my baby's in, kindergarten.
I don't have a baby in a stroller today, but we're going to pretend this is both of our baby.
So So in our classes, we have resistor bands to work out with, and the green one has less resistance than the red. I don't know if you wanted to see. You've seen the. So if you want more of a challenge in your workout, you can use that one.
How about you take the challenging one for today?
Yes. So that all our instructors have bands, for everybody to come to class. So all you need to do when you come to class is bring a mat, like a yoga mat or a towel. Bring your baby. Sometimes, depending on the age of your baby, maybe snacks for your baby, pacifier.
The normal stuff you'd bring when you leave the house with your baby.
Right, right. But we give you the bands to use. So first of all, you're going to put your feet on the band, and we're going to do wheels on the bus. Okay. So you're going to lift up your band so waist level, and we're going to do the action. I'm going to move the stroller here. Yep. So we're going to go outward, and we're going to sing wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. And so we might sing a second verse, which is the doors on the bus go open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The doors on the bus go open and shut, all through the town. So we're doing this while we're facing baby, so we get our exercise in, and they're quite amused at what we're doing. Yeah. So another one that I can do.
We don't need the bands anymore.
We don't need the bands, so this is just body weight.
Okay.
So.
Are you going to do this by yourself, or do you want me to?
Sure, I'll do it by myself.
Okay,
yep. So you have baby there, maybe we'll sing. So I'll say shoulder width apart, we'll cue you, and go down for a squat, and the babies will be sitting there, and we'll sing, Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout, down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Hooray!
Yay!
The kids were
so that's a good 30 to 45 second squatting.
Yes, maybe I should have had Dana do it.
Awesome core. I mean, that is good. Yeah, I don't usually sing when I do my core work, but yeah, that was so interesting. And then all of you guys are doing it together in unison. It's got to be the cutest thing ever.
Right, and so you'll see other babies,
and the babies got to be
looking at you doing it. And sometimes we have them in the babies in a circle, the strollers in a circle, and we do Ring Around the Rosie, where we're all like doing some shuffles with our arms up in the air. Okay. So it's a lot of different exercises, like I said, that you would find in a gym, in a group fitness class. But we just do it with the babies secure in the stroller. We also we travel, like, so when we're outside, we travel from like station to station. We also travel inside the mall. So there's the flagship stores or the anchor stores like Macy's or Von Maur, and we'll go in front of those stores, and you'll see us lined up there. But it is really a community. I have to stress that part. It's not just the exercise. That, like, if you'll see us in Briarwood, if you ever see a bunch of strollers at the eateries drinking coffee, that's our group.
Well, I'm going to call back something that you mentioned much earlier in the show, that you don't have to have a certain level of fitness to join, because I feel like that alone is a deterrent for people when it comes to working out in like group settings like this, because they're like, well, I'm not fit at all. I'm going to join this group and I'm going to look like a fool. Like, I feel like that's kind of, maybe that's the way I feel. I don't know.
I think that's a common belief of, you know, right, you're scouring, you're like, is this group right for me? Are they doing exercises that are beyond me? And we like to say that we're for all fitness levels. We want moms to get out. We want their babies to get out. We want people to socialize. And so we want everybody to feel welcome. And the other thing is, we're the only kind of group that knows that you just had a baby. Yeah. Right? So, you know, if you go to any other gym or something, you just had a baby, they don't even know that you had a baby. They don't know that you have not slept last night. Or they really, not that they don't care, but not like we do. I mean, we know because we've been there, right? So if I say, man, it took me whatever to get out of the house with this baby, and everybody's like, you know, great that you're here, because we know what the struggle is to get out the door with a baby and to take time for yourself to work out. And then you hear that from somebody, like saying, I'm so glad you showed up, you know, not just the instructors, but your, you know, other moms that are like, oh, it's so good to see, you know, like, it's so good to see Chase, you know, or my son's been waiting to see him. So I feel like that's the part of the community of wanting to come back and seeing other people and knowing that struggle is there for all moms.
And aside from having, obviously spending quality time with your baby and other moms, do you feel like testimonials from people where they're like, you know what, my body feels great now. Like I said at the beginning, like I still don't feel like I'm quite there yet, and it's easier for certain people to bounce back than other people. But I feel like if you're joining this, maybe you bounce back easy and you want to get fitness with your kid, but you could be like, I have this 10 pounds to lose still, and I just can't do it on my own.
Yeah.
Right, yes. I think we support that wherever you are in your fitness goals, you know, whether it's losing weight, to become stronger, we will meet you there and we'll help you with those goals.
That's awesome.
Because that's what it's about. Like, we want to support each other in motherhood and in your fitness too. That plays a lot into it.
Yeah. I think too, like you said, the whole, I'm feeling family, like I just get family-oriented group, but without exclusion of any type, anyone, any shape, any size. I think that's to Dana's point, whereas I'm at a gym and no one knows my day was like, and you just have to go and you have to work out. But tell us real quick about your website and what people can find on there. Oh,
so our website is Ann Arbor at annarbor.fitformom.com, and you'll find our class schedule there. You can sign up for a class. Your first class is free, so definitely get your free class. And the other thing is we have a very active, I don't want to say active, we have a Facebook group. And so you'll see kind of different things, like about, you know, nutrition or activities we're into. You know, say we're going to go apple picking. So it'll say like, hey, this is an event that we're going to go apple picking. Or you can get a portrayal, like a snapshot of what our classes look like and the people who are in it. And they're probably not very different than you.
Yeah, no.
But we really do understand motherhood. Like, we know that, you know, like pelvic floor issues, nursing mom, the timing of it, that maybe in class you're going to have to step out because you need to nurse that baby. And we understand that. You know, if you're at the gym, you might get that call and you don't know what it's for. But here, you know, if your baby has a poopy diaper, like you're like, okay, I'm going to step out and I'm going to change it. So you're right there as though you're at home, but you get your exercise in and you get to meet a whole bunch of other moms.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming on the show, Carol.
Thank you for having me.
If you have an idea for a parenting show topic or guest, talk to us on Twitter and Facebook at #CTN Ann Arbor.
And for more great programming from CTN, you can visit us on the web at a2gov.org/watchCTN. And thank you for joining us on this episode of Adventures in Parenthood.